Good morning, friends. Today is Thursday, May 14th, and a special happy birthday to Andrew. He is turning 6 today, so happy birthday, Andrew. Today we are going to be talking about the color wheel and how artists use different colors in their artwork. First, let's talk about the color wheel, and I have a picture of a color wheel right here, and as you can see, it has our three primary colors, blue, yellow, and red, and our three secondary colors, green, orange, and purple. And we talked on Monday about how blue and yellow mixed together give you green, how blue and red mixed together give you purple, and how red and yellow mixed together give you orange. And if you look a little bit closer, you'll notice that the colors towards the outside of the circle are darker, and the colors towards the inside of the circle are lighter. And we talked how the darker colors are called shades, and they are created when black is added to the color, and the lighter ones are called tints, and they occur when we add white to a color. Once you finish your color wheel, I encourage you to join me in creating your own sunrise or sunset picture. But before I get into that, let's talk about the different materials that artists use. So an artist can use different materials to create the colors with. Sometimes they'll use crayons, sometimes they'll use watercolors or other types of paint. And if you use paint, you want to make sure you always have your brushes, and I have a different variety of brushes at different sizes, different shapes, because each brush will give you a different brush stroke for your painting. Sometimes artists will use markers, and sometimes they will use something called an oil pastel. And I'm going to pull one out to show you. It's a little bit like a crayon. So this is a black one. These are easier to blend than a crayon would be, but they're also a lot of fun to color with. Artists will sometimes use one of these. This is called a palette. And when they're using paints, they will put the different colors in these little cups, and they can use this part or even some of the cups on the side to blend the colors together to make different shades, which are the darker colors, or different tints, which is lighter colors, or even just to make a new color. So maybe using more blue than red to get a more bluish purple. We refer to the crayons and the paint and the oil pastels as mediums. And depending upon what medium the artist chooses to use will determine what kind of material they can do their artwork on. So sometimes they'll use special paper called mixed medium paper, and I have some here. This is just the thicker paper than the normal paper that you get from your printer. And that way you can use paint, you can use marker, you can use crayons or pastels, and you don't have to worry about the colors going through to the other side. Sometimes artists will use a canvas, which is a type of material that has been stretched really tight around a wooden frame, like in a picture window. Sometimes artists will color objects that they see around them. So maybe they want to paint a bunch of rocks to put in a garden, or maybe they want to paint a mural on the wall. This is where your creativity comes in handy. But today, friends, I'm just going to use my paper, and I am going to use my oil pastels. But feel free to do this picture using any of the materials that you have at home. Okay, friends. So before we start drawing, I wanted to show you I'm using my mixed medium paper, which is just a little bit thicker, but any kind of paper will work. And then I'm also going to use my oil pastels because they're new and I haven't broken them in yet, and I really enjoy coloring with them. I am going to do my sunset over a field of grass, but you can do yours over water. I might even throw in a little stream or a lake just so I can put a little bit of blue in my picture. But the goal for this today, friends, is to try and use as many of our primary and secondary colors as I can, and to throw in a few of our darker shades and our lighter tints. Are you ready? we're gonna start by drawing the line. We're gonna draw the horizon line, which is just a line that goes across from one side to the other. It is up to you if you want your horizon line to be farther up at the top, more towards the bottom, or more in the middle. And this, from anything below the horizon line, will be the land. Anything above the horizon line will be the sky. So next, I'm going to get a light yellow color, and I'm going to draw just a half circle for my sun. And it's up to you, friends, if this is going to be a sunrise picture, so the sun in the morning, or I'm going to use a darker color so you can see it a little bit better, or a sunset picture, so the sun as it's going down at the end of the day. It is up to you. Then I am going to use my yellows and oranges to color my sun in. So friends, you notice that I was gently rubbing my finger over my paper. So depending upon the type of art medium that you're using, like oil pastels, you can actually rub your finger gently over it to make the colors blend together a little bit. But this probably won't work so well with your crayons. Next, I'm going to fill in my land. I'm going to add in a small lake. So let me find a good blue. I'm gonna put my lake right here. And then the sides of it will be my grass. So I'm going to fill in my blue for my lake and my green for my grass. And again, I'm gonna try and use different shades and tints of the colors to make it look a little bit more real. Next, I'm going to use a few different shades of orange and yellow to create a little bit of the sun in my water. And this is called the reflection. Now it's time for us to do the sky. And if you look at the sky during a sunrise or a sunset, you'll notice that there are many different colors in the sky. So some of the colors I'm going to use are purple. I'm going to use my blue. I'll add a little bit of orange. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. Here is my finished picture, friends. Now remember, everybody's picture is going to be a little bit different because we're all our own unique creative artist. So whatever picture you create, whether you do a sunrise or a sunset picture, or if you wanted to do something completely different, take a picture and post it on class tag so that we can all see your wonderful artwork. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed creating your own piece of art and filling in your own color wheel. I will talk to you later. Bye.